leadership after loss. People misunderstand it. What do you want people to understand about it?
Whatever situation you're in, you will always have that grace from God.
We are delighted to have you here at the PHILSME Business Show. This is a business podcast and vodcast dedicated to help SME business owners like you boost your business. Stay with us as we hear from the partners who help make these leadership stories possible. Toyota, Tahoe Story, USA Poultry and Egg Export Council.
She was able to lead her team to transform a platform that was known for connecting and turn it into a platform that is making a lasting impact. This is PHILSME. I'm Angie Quadra-Balibay, and this is the PHILSME Business Show. Let's talk about the transformation with CEO Trixie Esguerra-Abrenilla. Chief!
Wow naman!
Yeah, diba?
Wow!
Okay. Trixie, let's get to it. When your husband, David Abrenilla, the founder of PHILSME, passed away, what was the thing that you remembered the most about PHILSME at that time?
At the time of his passing or before pa talaga?
At his passing, were your thoughts like running through your mind? You know that PHILSME had people waiting for it, depending
Honestly,
on it?
Miss Angie, now that you ask, okay, during that time, I didn't think of PHILSME. You couldn't. Like, you know, when someone who's your person, who's your love, who's your everything, just goes away like that, you will never be in a position to think of anything else rather than what you've lost. And at that time, nothing was more important than the love that I knew we shared. But of course, after some time, pag nahimasmasan ka na, that was the time it would slowly come into you, like it did with me, na, oh my gosh, meron nga palang ganito.
And there were people depending on it, waiting
Yes,
for it.
yes.
You know,
So that was, I lost David December 27. And during that time, syempre naka-break tayo. But you know, we were already, the next PHILSME was set already in May. And during that time, pag ganyan, pagpasok ng January, you have to start selling. You have to start, marketing the event. So I felt like I only had maybe a week to really breathe and not think of anything. But then I had to, para siyang automatic na eh. Na parang, of course, you wouldn't let go of the people. Of course, you wouldn't let go of what you have now. Parang itutuloy nyo lang. Tuloy-tuloy ka lang. Pero sobrang kapa. Aside from the fact that I didn't know if I was doing it right. Because, again, when David passed away, it was very unexpected. Like, super. Like, I didn't really know that it's gonna be that day. And hindi talaga. It was, okay. So, it was February 1st, 2023, when we got his diagnosis. We were actually in Boracay. And we were surrounded. We were with families. It was a vacation. Nagkataon lang na during that time, with a consultation with the doctor, yun yung parang February 1, nasabi nila na, okay, let's get to Zoom. I was actually asking the doctor prior to that, can I have the result? And then sabi niya, no, I have to talk to you. Parang ganyan. But it never occurred to me what kind of result it would be. Because, it just started with, like, parang may kagat ka lang na maliit ng lamok or something like that on his leg. So when we got that news, parang hindi mo alam eh. But I never thought that it could be that fast. So during that time, yung December, when it was actually December 25, it was Christmas Day, we were in Germany, and his parents sat me down, and they told me, this is what the doctors said. That was the only time na parang, oh my God, is he going? Yun lang talaga siya. And I remember, siguro mas umiyak ako doon. Yun na yung sobrang iyak ko, other than after him passing. Parang yun na yung parang biglang boom, na ay super in denial ka. Tapos hindi mo alam paano mo siya ipaprocess, na parang, but no. And then when I checked on him on December 26, nagsalita pa naman siya. He was in ICU, but he was still, nag-joke pa siya sa akin kasi I was trying to give him water, tapos hindi ko pa na-perfect. So sabi ko, sorry, parang hindi na kita bibigyan ng water, ganyan. Tapos ang sabi lang niya was something like, I know, but you can do better. Yung ganong tipo. So sabi ko, ano sinasabi nilang he doesn't talk anymore? What are they saying that his organs are fading? I mean, he still talked to me. He still smiled. He didn't, yung ganong tipo. And then on the 27th, I came into the room. He was out of the ICU. He was just in a room without anything attached to him. And I couldn't... he was not responsive anymore. He was just breathing so heavily. And that was it. And I didn't really realize na I would come in a room and won't be able to talk to my husband anymore. So the doctors told me how it was. They gave me options, ganyan and everything. And I asked him, okay, do we have days? Do we have weeks? Do we have months? They said, we don't know. Only to find out, on that very same day, I was left with him alone. I only had like few minutes with him, and that was it. So I saw him breathe his last breath, alam mo yun, talk to him, heard his last heartbeat and all of that. So right now, I just take it as a gift. But amazingly, there was so much peace inside me na watching your loved one die in front of you, hindi ako nagpanic. I didn't lose it. Yung ganon, kasi nga, parang, I had so much grace, which I can only say that it's from the Lord. Kasi saan pa manggagaling yun, diba? And I was even able to go home alone, ride the taxi, go home alone, and then come to our baby. Ganon lang siya. So, I don't know why I shared all of this, but it's something that I haven't really shared. And maybe with this story, what I'm just saying probably is, whatever situation you're in, you will always have that grace from God, where magugulat ka eh, my God, where did that strength come from? It's not the strength that you feel like, okay ako ngayon, tapos pag uwi ko, I'm shattered and all. It's the quiet strength na magugulat ka na, wow, okay ako. Wow, hindi ako tumalon sa bangin. Wow, naiintindihan ng puso ko. Yung parang, yung may peace na kahit anong kaguluhan dyan, kaya mo. Hindi ka mawawala.
I remember it said, peace that surpasses all understanding. That's what got
Yun pala yun.
into you.
So, wow. So, yun pala yun. So, thank you, God. Yun yung masasabi ko. And siguro with my husband, siguro we chose to end it that way, his life here on earth, because it would have been, well, it's easier for me probably than it's the other way around na makita ko, years kami mag-suffer and all. Maybe it would have been a different story talaga.
Yeah, you're talking about grace. You're continuing PHILSME now, years after David passed away. It's considered a grace for many people. It's entrepreneurs who are hanging on to that platform, people who were, being paid by PHILSME, the organization, for their livelihood. So many people looking at the legacy of PHILSME. But you also said you didn't think about that immediately, right? So when did you actually start thinking about it? And what was your frame of mind when you thought, so David is gone, he left this with me. What were your thoughts?
I started thinking about it when, of course, the employees started to report to me. Diba? Parang, okay nga pala, meron nga pala akong ganito. It's something that you cannot well, we always have a choice, no? But my choice back then was, itutuloy ko to. Hindi ko siya ipopos. Kasi I cannot, okay na yung pause ko for the time being.
So clear, you will not pause? No, you didn't even think of, do I have the option to step away? Because you're in grief. You're trying to figure things out.
I don't know, maybe it was automatic na, anong gagawin ko pag hindi ko to ginawa? Baka maloka ako. You know, like, so people need to do something. Siguro that's my form of grieving, form of fighting also that, di ba, parang baka mabaliw ka and stuff. So, diniretso ko lang. I think I poured that energy there. Dun ko talaga, yun yung way ko on how to cope up. Plus, of course, it's very dear to me because it's my husband's legacy, right? Plus, we've worked together since what? 14? So parang nakadalawa naman kaming edition na I've seen him really work so hard for this, work so smart on this. So parang, okay, so isipin ko na lang lagi, anong ginawa niya? Anong gagawin ko? Like, I mean, of course, I have a mind of my own. I'm also an entrepreneur even before. So, naiintindihan ko siya. But of course, since wala ngang bilin-bilin, as in, we never really talked about, what if something happens? What do we do with this? We did not even think about the future of RT. What do we do if walang ganon? Kasi we really did not expect. Yeah. So, with PHILSME, at the beginning, I was always asking myself, what would David do? What would David say? How would David go through this?
Even in the middle of grief, you were thinking, what would David do? Yeah, of course.
Kaya lang, I immediately started to change the way I think. Siguro after a few months, after, I don't know, a year or so, parang, I have to stop thinking that way. Because I wouldn't be able to own this space freely and do what I want to do with this if I always think that way. So right now, the thinking is, okay, I am my own person. I also have my own values, advocacy. How do I marry that together? Myself and then the company, the legacy he has left behind. How do I marry them together?
Before you got to that, how strong was the balancing act between your grieving and there's this responsibility at my feet? When you're grieving, you'd like to think about yourself, your child, your loss. But these are other people who are, laying down we are your responsibility, Miss Trixie. How did you balance that out, and then which led you to the decision na
I think
you're not gonna step away?
I trusted the team well enough na kaya. During that time, I think I only had actually, honestly, siguro dalawa lang yan. Tatlo lang kami. Parang gano'n, na full-time employees. Honestly, di ba? And then, parang, I think, these people had my back when I needed them. So, okay.
Was there a particular conversation, a trigger that you remember that was so meaningful that it clicked? I have to stop thinking if I can get away, I'll just continue.
I think, Miss Angie, more than the employees or, the same level values with the employees. Because I get emails every day asking about PHILSME. And hearing why they are so eager to join, dun ko naintindihan na, may nakukuha talaga sila. I mean, the platform that we've built, talagang it serves its purpose. Hindi lang siya for show na masabi mo lang na may brand equity ka or masabi mo lang na, nag-expo ako dun Hindi talagang may nakuklose sila. Talagang it empowers their companies much more. It helps them grow their profits. So, kitang-kita ko siya because I heard it myself. Nababasa ko, nakikita ko. So, this brands, this SMEs, looking forward to being there again in the expo, to have a platform, to showcase their geniuses, diba? So parang for me, that became enough.
I'm thinking, Trixie, before PHILSME, you were your own person. You're an entrepreneur, you're handling a franchise, you're a vision board coach of the Philippines. And, we knew you as an independent woman, an entrep. And then here comes PHILSME, and now you're leading it. What's the difference between building or handling or managing a business or organization that you yourself built and PHILSME, which you didn't found?
Ang laki ng difference nila, Miss Angie. Sobrang laki. Parang, I was so used to being a one-man team. Or of course, I had my employees, pero pa-isa-isa lang yan. Para I only had one for the training. I had two for the store. So basically, ako lahat. From head to toe, lahat ako mag-iisip, ako magmamandate, minsan nga ako pa nag-i-edit.
True blue
diba?
and rep, di ba?
Oo, yung ganon talaga.
Everything's you.
Yes, na tipong pati yung mga tipong, lahat yan kalkulado ko yan. I remember may time pa na, oh my God, magpapasweldo ako. Tapos, kulang yung pera ko. Alam mo yung kulang yung pera mo, pati yung personal money mo. So para kahanap kayo talagang, alam mo yung totoo yung mananalangin ka na sana may mag-order ng ganito sa store ko today. Pag may nag-order, sige, may pangsahod na. Yung ganon. From there to being paid to talk for what? 3 hours and getting times 5 of what I used to do in a month. You know, yung ganon siya kalawak. Na until such time na, okay, so kaya ko na pala to. And then mag-i-invest ka na with other things that will help you grow as a brand, you know. So, ang lawak ng natutunan ko during that journey, resilience, parang the value of money, how you really use it, and dami. So
Growing up, super quick.
Super.
Ganon.
So I think, pagdating ni PHILSME sa akin, actually, it's hard to adjust. Na hindi ako sanay na, ganito na hinahawak ako. Diba? Na now, you would see hundreds of brands rely on you for a certain decision. Or, alam mo yun, ang mahirap dyan, oh my God, I have to entrust this to someone else. Yun yung mahirap.
Uy, speaking of that, I'm thinking, Trixie, the positivity Trix and you know, the entrepreneur, and Trixie, the CEO of PHILSME, different din levels ng freedom, no? Yeah. And constraint. You know, what is so starkly different about the how you exercise freedom when now with PHILSME and versus your one man?
With PHILSME, you know, with PHILSME, I've always thought that it has to be, it's so corporate kasi looking like that, no? So parang ako, I was so afraid to step in it as positive a Trix as myself. But then, I realized, in this lifetime, I always have a choice on how I want to live my life. And all my businesses prior to this, they're always rooted with who I am. So parang, honestly, I think I'm blessed enough to be able to do business for myself na ang puhunan ko talaga sarili ko. Like who I am, diba? Na if I walk the talk, if I teach about this, definitely it's happening in my life. Ganyan. If I talk about this certain values, definitely it's something that I am, hopefully, I think, no, that I'm able to show then, diba? So with PHILSME, syempre hindi ko siya brand. So meron siyang parang, I'm always afraid na, teka baka mag-clash or something. But then people would make me realize na, you know, at this day and age, iba na. How you would run a brand, let's say 10 years ago from now, is so much different. Now people want to see who are the faces behind it. People want to see what kind of a person you are for them to probably support you more. Parang ganon.
Thinking of clash, naisip ka lang bigla, Trixie. Were you pressured, you know, externally or internally, to try to maintain everything as is, as David founded it, as David ran it for years?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's just that it was my personal choice to run it the way that I know how.
Because you transformed it. You made it more deliberate.
Yan yung ngayon. The transformation siguro came in like 2 years after, which is like happening now, diba? So now, parang hindi ko nga alam parang now is the only, I think this is the first time on the 18th edition that we're doing 2 halls for PHILSME. There's always been one big hall, but now dinagdagan ko siya. And when I made the decision, I wasn't even sure if it will make sense talaga financially. I wasn't sure. But
Uy, leap of faith ang tawag
I'm a
doon.
woman of instinct kasi talaga siya. So sa akin, it's always like, sometimes probably it's good. I don't know, but it works for me. Trixie, there are things that you just have to follow your gut. Follow what your heart is
You
telling
just have to decide that you will do it.
And then let's see. Kasi inisip ko naman, okay, if it won't work, and then I know it won't work. And then there's another one. Diba? Hindi naman to fixed eh. So parang, for example, putting out this magazine. We're coming out with a PHILSME magazine. It's a hard...
This is another one.
Diba? It's a printed magazine.
Imagine
Na
that.
parang, yeah, people would sometimes, kahit ako na yung people, would
Really?
think,
Printed? Well,
diba?
why?
Na parang, are you sure? Ang mahal-mahal magpa-print. I mean, ang mahal ng production. Tapos parang, may nagbabasa pa ba? Yung mga ganon. Na parang, wala nang business magazine ngayon na, do you see it here? So in my head, precisely, diba? Wala na eh. And I believe in prints. I mean, I like reading.
And holding the pages
Yeah, and even
smelling the
if I have to
pages.
read something that, let's say, more than 3 pages or what, I would print it. I would use the paper. I need a pen and a paper. I don't really like reading and then doing the edits on the computer. Parang hindi gumagana yung utak ko. Parang ganun yung feeling ko. So, inisip ko, there are people who still believe in the power of prints. And it's a collectible. And wala akong kalaban dun eh. Once you have the print, hinawakan mo yan, the attention is there. If the story is good, the visuals are good, people will read. Right? Kaysa sa nag-scroll ako, kayo nagpunta ako sa ganito, okay, may nag-pop up si ganyan, di ba? Manalo ka, ganyan. Win, ganyan. Play ganito. Okay, so nasa na yung attention mo and stuff. So, I really think it's high time that we elevate it further. We take it higher heights. And I'm not so sure if David would if he were here, I don't know. I don't think he would do it. But sabi ko nga, I believe this will click. There's something inside me that tells me that, Trixie, what you will get out from that, you're not going to see it right away. You will see it months, years, and years after. But something is really telling my heart that that's the right thing to do. And I just can't explain it, right? Of course, we're always here to make money. But sometimes, more than the money, you want to think about what's the impact? What legacy are you leaving behind? What is it that you're trying to set or bring back to the world? Something like that. So, ang daming rason for us to do the magazine, Miss Angie, right? So, yun na yung journey. So now, I'm enjoying doing risks left and right. But kasi parang for me, living my life na always safe, that's not how I want to live my life. Parang if I think I'm given the opportunity to do something, and then it's worth it for me if I exercise my, the creativity, then you have the freedom, you have especially if you have the means to help more people, reveal themselves to the world in the most beautiful way. And I think the magazine would help do that.
Interested in how your mind works, because now you're expanding PHILSME into different platforms and we see it's growing. But before you actually picked it up and said, I will continue this, did you imagine yourself working with PHILSME? Even when David was still alive, like taking a more active role in it, in the way that you're doing
hindi.
it now?
Kasi ang gusto ko lang talaga, wife lang na tipong, okay, hi, parang trophy wife ka lang na ganyan. Kasi nga, I had a different thing in my head. Diba? Parang I love training. I love talking about positivity, visualization, yan ganyan. Yan yung strength ko talaga. So, even during the pandemic, when I was trying to bring back PHILSME, busy ako. I had actually pinakamarami at pinaka-profitable era ko yung pandemic. Maniwala ka.
What?
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
People I have like a group of doctors, for example, or certain companies. Di ba, usong-uso yung Zoom nun? Di ba? I did a lot of those.
Vision boarding on
Vision
Zoom.
boarding. Ang dami. Na, okay, every month meron ako with certain doctors, ganyan. Ang dami ganon. And I was always in my element. So yun yung while there was no PHILSME at that time, yun yung source namin of livelihood. So, natapos na yung pandemic, bumalik, unti-unting natatapos, bumabalik kami sa SMX, kinailangan niya ako, syempre, kasi nakikita ko na eh. Okay, I need to help you with this and this and this. So I was, without me knowing, that it was really a nudge for me to learn the ropes because hindi ko naman alam, papalitan ko na siya.
In that situation when you were being exposed to PHILSME by David, well, how did others see you? Like, you're the wife of the founder. Were there like, ano mo yun? The wife is here.
I don't know. I don't know. Up until now, I don't know. Siguro that part of me na I was scared when he was, when he was gone, na parang coming up on stage for the first time without him by my side, and it's his. Yung I won't say insecure, but there's a certain feeling na this is not mine. This is not my stage in the first place, and it's so big. And then these people, all these people, most of them were his clients. And now, I don't know you, diba? And then, feeling ko parang sa height ko ba namang 5 feet, parang, okay, and then I look up to you, ganyan. Tapos, what do I say? Maybe you're thinking, what do I know? Diba? Parang, what does she know about running this? Ganyan, diba? Siguro may mga ganung minsan.
These thoughts you kept to yourself? Or did you talk to someone about it?
No. Parang they're just all here. Pero hinayaan ko lang sila. It never affected me, actually. Kasi nga naman, I mean,
like
they
might be comparing you to David.
Could be.
How you're running
diba?
it. Oo.
Pero in my head, you know nothing. Parang you don't know ano yung pinagdaanan namin. You don't know what I know. You don't know what I don't know. And you can only judge me according to the results of the work that I and my team put in. So if you're happy with that edition, right? Sumali pa kayo sa susunod, sumali pa kayo. And that's what's happening now. So nawala na yung iniisip ko na baka people might be less trusting because I'm a woman. Mga ganon, and I'm the wife.
And you're not the founder.
Oo. Pero because I have proven myself already, again and again, time and again, and it's just getting better. So
Was there like a point that you started feeling, I'm comfortable leading this? There are no questions about it anymore.
Right now, I think I am.
When you're risking so much.
Mm-hmm. Kaya nga parang sabi ko, sinabay-sabay ko pala yung mga nirisk ko, di ba? Nilakihan mo yung event mo, tapos magpa-ticket ka na ng ganito, tinaasan mo yung may ticket
mga
ka,
features ka pa.
tapos may magazine ka pa. Sabi ko, oh my God, what did I do? May ganun ako na parang
This is what you need to answer for right now. Ito to.
Oo, na parang pwede ko namang, bakit sinabay-sabay ko siya? Pero alam mo yun, parang, I think yung mindset ko is, kung nakayanan ko yung pinagdaanan ko with David, di ba, na buntis ako, we had that bad, kumbaga, simulan natin sa pandemic. Pandemic was such a bad time for all of us. Literally, di ba? And then, yun na nga, I lost him. Sabihin na natin gano'n, I lost my person. I don't see anything worse than that. Parang wala na eh. So kung nakayanan ko yung lahat, while raising a toddler at that, hanggang ngayon, di ba, na parang, wala na akong hindi kakayanin. Diba? Health-wise na lang. Yung usapin ng kung ano ba yung hindi ko kakayanin. If something happens to my son, something happens to my family, to myself, health-wise, yun na lang. Pero other than that, wala na akong hindi kakayanin at this point.
Well, galing naman. Strong.
Wala na. And thinking ko nga, okay, if it's a money issue, you can always earn the money. I mean, in this ecosystem that has been built already, I think I'm really enjoying understanding the dynamics of it. Kasi hindi lang pala siya isa. So, ang dami mong possibilities na ang kailangan mo lang is the eyes to see what will match with what. So, my friend, our creative director of the magazine, Rick Yendap, when he said, Trixie, PHILSME has become a cross-pollinator of possibilities. That's a phrase that I really love so much because number one, it's so true. Number two, when you have that something, that you are already a cross-pollinator of all these opportunities and possibilities, my God, like can you imagine how huge that is? Diba? So, mas excited ako ngayon, Miss Angie, dun sa part na, my God, there's so much possibilities. And parang, in a way, I equate kasi the possibilities or the opportunities with power eh. Diba? So parang, anong gagawin ko dito? So, the universe entrusted me with this one. And so, I have that feeling of, that such great responsibility and that feeling of, I will only use whatever I have for the betterment of the people around me, for the betterment of the nation. Ganun naman yung thinking ko. Right?
Legacy.
So, lagi ako, before money, parang intention first, people first, parang ganun. So,
You're not the kind of business person who would be just profit-oriented.
super no.
Oo.
Super no.
It has to be useful, helpful.
Yes. Kasi naniniwala ako, money is just,
A tool.
parang, what is money? Only paper. Hindi, joke lang. Hindi, di ba? What is money? It's a tool. It's a tool. Na sa kanya, parang, okay, parang what does it take to get that? Kung talagang gusto ko siya. I'm talking about material things, ha? Hindi ako materialistic. Sobrang, wala akong ganyan. I mean, I use the same shoes all the time, yung bag ko sobrang simple lang. But what I'm saying is, I think may experience akong tao eh. So, yun yung pinaka-luho ko na. Experience as in, okay, you want to have a quiet vacation on the beach. Ganun lang ako. Yun lang happiness ko. So, what I'm saying is, I see money now as, okay, I'll use this to help someone. Or I'll use this to empower something or someone. Ganun na siya. And I'm happy and I'm very blessed to be in that position. Pero syempre before, hindi naman ganon. Siguro ang maganda dito, even before PHILSME came into the picture, I was making my own money na tipong, it could only be parang nasa dream board ko lang siya before. But because I followed nga my passion and I believe that when you're the best at what you do, money will follow. So I experienced that already, even before getting married. So when I married, doon na lang ulit, di ba? May highs and lows pa rin yan. But what I'm saying, my point here is that I think I was tested by God already. Na, she can handle this. And she brings the money to good use. So, she's ready to take on this. This is so much bigger responsibilities, bigger finances and everything. But, it's in the right hands.
May pachismis daw. Now that you're redefining the platform of PHILSME, is there one change on the platform under your leadership that people do not notice or don't know about?
How would I know that, Miss Angie?
Well, like you didn't share it with other people that
Like how?
you're doing this. Because all your plans you share with someone, at least one person, no?
No, not really also.
Hindi.
Hindi din.
Like yung plans mo for PHILSME and what you're trying to do, a lot of it you're just keeping
No,
in
but
your mind.
the thing there is, kunyari with you, with the, with our team in PHILSME, right? I make sure that that they understand the vision. Because I also have to understand if they see the same thing, or at least, they acknowledge or they also like it. So when I have an idea and I know it will affect them or it will affect you, including you, I have to share. Para there's something that you have to look forward to. Kasi nga, di ba, lagi ko sinasabi, more than this, yes, for example, you're doing sales now, but you're doing sales now for what, 1 year, 2 years? My dream for you is to, laging may ganun kasi, there's so much room in PHILSME eh. Pero syempre, we have to grow slowly lang. Ayoko na mabiglain yan. So, laging ganon. Kasi when I think of something that I wanna do, kasama lagi yung people with me. Like, okay, this is what I wanna do, and this will be the effect, or this will be the consequences, di ba? So, asan sila sa picture na yun? If I'm getting something from this, then the people that I work with should also get something from that.
Right.
Parang ganon. So, ganon lang yun. So, if people choose to grow with me, with us, and then, kasama talaga sila sa pag-angat. Diba? Yun naman yun. I think that's how it should be.
Yeah. So now you're working with people who worked with David before, and people who are starting to work with PHILSME because of you. So may mix ka ng ganyan.
Yes.
Was there like any value system that you felt from the David time, kasi you're working with people who worked with him, that you had to reinterpret, you had to change, and you had to like, this is the way I do it. This is me, Trixie, doing it this way.
On certain things lang. But part of the learning curve there is to listen to them. I listened more than I talked. Because again, mas expert sila sa akin pagdating sa kung ano yung ginagawa nila, di ba? Then until such time that I see, let's say, more or better solutions or better way to do things, and then I interject. Because obviously, they now have to deal with me. Diba? Ganun siya. Kasi at the end of the day pa rin naman, parang I only work with people that I like to work with. If I really have that choice. Kasi sayang yung energy, sayang yung time. So now that I'm 41, Miss Angie, parang mas intentional na talaga
Life
ako with every
begins.
move I make. Yeah, life began at 40 for me. And intentional na talaga ako. So, parang ngayon, sige, mag-shoot tayo. Sino mag-shoot sa atin? Sige, ganito. Gusto ko sige, ganito. Parang, alam mo, Miss Angie,
You know what you want more now.
Yes. Let's say, 8 years ago, the Strengths Finder test revealed to me that my number one strength is positivity. Hence, positive chicks, di ba? And then, I think a year ago, a few months ago, when I took the test, nag-iba na siya. 5 na si positivity ko. Number 1 ko na is relator. So which means, it explains bakit ganito na ako ngayon na, I look first, kung may kailangan ako, I look first dun sa mga kakilala ko, or parang I don't want to do the work just for the sake of doing it. I want na may meaning pati yung who will do it. Why is this person and why not the other one? Yung gano'n, na parang, okay, if I have an opportunity, I'd rather give it to somebody that I believe in. And you know what I mean, Miss Angie?
Yes, absolutely.
Not just for the sake of getting the work done, but it's really like...
people you want to work with.
Yeah, people that I want to support.
Ayaw mo nang maging, what do you want to support?
Yung ganon. So I'm very intentional with even meeting people, even just taking a call from people. Very intentional with seeing them, especially now that I barely get out of my house. Yung ganon. Just parang yun I only have 5-6 months in the Philippines. So I make the most out of it na. Kasi I have to, parang imagine, every time I step out of the house and I'm not with my son, that should make up for it. Whatever it is that I'm doing. That should, diba, na parang, ayan, sila Chino, diba? Every time they have to leave their sons behind, it has to, hindi lang to basta pera-pera. Parang, kasi yung work na to, it will change something, it will be impactful.
Is it worth going to leave my kid
Exactly.
behind?
Exactly. So now, I have learned na not all invitations, you have to say yes. No? Kahit anong invitation niya na, sige, you have to meet, yung ganyan. So, alamin ko talaga. Kasi iwiway ko siya eh.
Yes.
Diba?
Exactly.
So, I think ganun na ako ngayon sa lahat ng bagay.
Sana all. How to be you. Ang tabi ng mga tao.
Pag tumanda kayo,
Wait for you to get 40.
Yes.
But I remember you said earlier, you were wondering, si David, would it be, if we were here today, would he be doing the things that you were doing? Do you have David as a voice in your head? Parang when you try to do a decision or you wanna,
Oh, I love your
David
question.
is a voice in my head, is he?
I love your question.
Stay with us as we hear from the partners who help make these leadership stories possible. Toyota, Tahoe Story, USA Poultry and Egg Export Council.
Do you have David as a voice in your head? Parang when you try to do a decision or you wanna,
Oh, I love your
David
question.
is a voice in my head, is he?
I love your question. No. He never dictates me. I had a deep, how do I say this without freaking you out, guys? I had a deep time with him, maybe in November. And I realized that he has finally given me or maybe I have given myself that go signal na whatever it is that I want, that's what I can do. But I also heard him say na you do what you want to do. That I don't even have to consult him. Kasi sometimes I would, di ba? My love, will I do this? Sumasagot pa rin naman siya sa akin. Again, without you guys freaking out. May ganun eh. I asked for signs. It was so clear. Like, for example, getting that second hall for SMX, I was very hesitant. But then he said yes, without explanations, diba? In my head, it was a
Did
clear.
you say yes to the magazine too?
No, I would have to ask him. I made a decision. That's the thing. For the magazine, I made a decision
That's
myself.
You answer it
Oo.
for yourself.
Na ngayon ko siya tatanungin. Baliktad eh. My love, are you sure? Pwede pa akong matras, di ba? But yung ganun. So, ngayon ko lang na-realize, because you asked me, ngayon ko na-realize na I don't have him hovering around me, telling me, oh, you should not have done that, or you should, yung ganyan. So, I really believe na it's time for the divine femininity to rule this, whatever it is that I'm doing or whatever place I am moving at. Na parang, he has to go. He has to do some other things. Hindi ko alam kung nasang planeta na siya or anong lupalop siya ng kaharian ng, you know. But I believe his work is done. And now my work has begun. So, wala, it is what it is eh.
If David could see PHILSME today, what do you hope he is seeing?
I really think he's so proud. I really think he's so proud of me and the team and everyone who works with us, Miss Angie, with all of them. I just know, and he would. If you come to think of it, this is not even my dream. My dream before was to just speak on stage, talking about what I know best, which is, you know, the power of visualization and putting yourself out there with you know, the positivity. Ganon, yun yung forte ko eh. Going around the world with my children and my husband. Diba? Like, homeschooling them and just really going around the world, telling people na you're a gift. You're here for a reason, right? There's no one else in the world who could do what you're doing because there's only one you. That's my dream. Tapos biglang, ay, eto na pala ko. So parang, ano to, masaya naman ako sa ginagawa ko, pero hindi ko siya dream. So iniisip ko, siguro there's more to it. Siguro this is a way to empower me to set whatever I have to set. And then, after this, once this is set, and then I go back, baka gusto ko pa rin yung dream ko. Kasi happy na ako ngayon eh. Pero there's always still a part of me na, the moment this is set, I would like to give back by talking about what I know best. Ganon. Pero sinisimulan ko na siya ulit ngayon. Pakonti-konti lang.
Yes, you are.
Pakonti-konti. So masakit, actually, Miss Angie, medyo may hindi naman sakit, pero may kirot sa akin when I have to turn down invitations to speak or to give, keynote messages or to train. I really have to say no yet kasi wala yung headspace ko doon. Kasi alam ko hindi ko mabibigay siya 100% eh. Kasi it takes so much energy for me to appear and talk about it from the heart. Kasi there's no other way for me to talk other than it has to come from here. So, right now, ang dami pa rin namang mga tanong, ang daming email, like, can you come to the office, can you do this, or can we do ganyan, diba? We have 200 people, we want you to speak about this. I have to say no because this is my priority right now. And I'm strengthening this, I'm strengthening the team, I'm empowering the people so that when another person asks me for my time to empower them with my words and my tips, I could say yes. Yun siya, Miss Angie.
You'll be free to actually go back to what you really, really love.
Yeah, with something much more bigger and heavier, right here. Kasi ngayon, parang babalik ka, hindi ka na lang basta as a single person. Alam mo yun, parang with all these experiences na, I consider them my achievements, of course. So, that's the story.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Well, of all the things you've done since you took over PhilSME, is there one particular thing that you think or feel it honors David? Something that you retained, something that you reinterpreted, something that you changed, something that you added. You feel this is honoring David.
Miss Angie, every time I decide, every time I open the email, every time I talk to anybody about PhilSME, that's honoring David. Right? That's honoring David. This is David. Because honestly, if it were not for him, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, number one, yung it's yung emotional factor of because it's my husband's, right? And then pangalawa na yung purpose mo na okay, may SMEs na who depend on you, 'di ba? Number 3 na yung financials. Ganon siya. So, that's how it is for me. Plus, of course, since we're talking about honoring and all, I want to take this time to also honor his partners, his friends. David had several partners with him from the start when he started 2013, and then he had new business partners also at the middle. And I want to, even if we don't work together anymore, parang I really honor the fact that they have helped my husband get through this, and of course, dito naman in my situation now, I have so much gratitude and love for my mom, for my family, for my in-laws. Because if not for them, I wouldn't also have that headspace and that energy to continue the work. Which means they take care of Artie. Diba? When I'm in Germany, which is half of the year, kaya yung voice message, thank you, Lord, diba? Puro ganun na lang ako eh. Kasi syempre pagising namin ni Artie, anong oras na dito, diba? Tapos makita na lang ako ng reports. Ganun siya eh. Tapos okay, sige, 1-hour meeting. Tapos lalabas na naman kami. So parang pag inisip mo, ano na yung, paano siya, diba? So back in Germany, I have David's parents. Yun lang. Wala nang iba. So you see that kind of support na, oh my God, parang hanggang ngayon, hindi ko alam paano ko siya kinakaya. But it's because of the people around me who have so much love for me and Artie. And of course, the team. Kayo, Miss Angie, kayo nila May, nila Cheska. At marami pang iba, di ba? Ang dami natin. Mukha lang tayong konti. Pero sa totoo lang, oh my God, ang dami kong outsource, ang dami ang dami.
Okay, ang dami.
There's so much respect and love from my heart. Siguro kaya hindi ako natatapos mag-isip na, okay, ano pang pwede natin gawin? Di ba? Ano pang pwede natin idagdag dyan? Ano pang pwede mong i-offer? Kasi nga, I want us to grow. Pare-pareho tayo mag-grow. So yun naman yung way ko of showing the employees, showing the partners, showing, the people around me that I got your back. I got your back. And so for as long as nagkakaintindihan tayo, for as long as we're good for each other, you have nothing to worry about.
Let's go full circle. I introduced you as someone who transitioned from loss into leadership. Is there something that you would like to say? You people, you misunderstand this about leadership after loss, and I wish you could understand that. Because that's you. Leadership after loss. People misunderstand it. What do you want people to understand about it? When you take on leadership of a family, a business, or a legacy after losing the one who founded it, like what happened with you and David, your husband, who founded PhilSME, I would say people would think like, oh, she's just doing it out of duty, or maybe there's money in it, so he's just continuing it. that sort of thing. But that's not you. We were talking to you, and you're saying it's not about the money, but it's about whether it keeps helping people and it's needed by people.
Um, I always say na, sabi ko, ang swerte ko kasi when I came into the picture, PHILSME was already, alam mo yun, built na siya eh. Right? So, whatever I'm working on now, my husband worked so hard for it for what? Over a decade. So, yung dinatnan ko, established already. So, parang, in my head, parang, oh, this is all David. Na parang, this is just a little of me and it's all David. But then my mom and my mother-in-law, one time on different occasions, when I talked something about it, when I said something like that, and then they were like, sabi niya, no anak, parang hindi eh, kasi ang dami naman dyan pwedeng mapag-iwanan pero nawawala. Kasi hindi nila alam paano gagawin. So when they told me that, na parang, but you kept it strong, and you're even doing it, it's now much better. Parang it's now bigger, it's now parang mas maganda and everything. And that's because of you. So parang, doon ako, alam mo yun, parang doon ako na parang, oo nga, no?
Affirmation.
Oo, na parang, oo nga, no? Kasi syempre, hindi ko naman sasabihin yun sa sarili ko, no? Hindi ko na may isip yun eh. Iba yung nasa isip ko. Pero nung sinabi sa akin ng mga nanay ko yun, parang ako, oo nga naman, sandali lang. Ang hirap din naman hun. Kasi sometimes, I feel, mas mahirap nga ata yung hindi ikaw yung nagsimula. Kasi ang dami mong kailangan patunayan. Na, mas magaling. Di ba? Yung comparison lang eh. Mas magaling ba siya sa'yo? Mas magaling ka ba? Ano nangyari dyan? Di ba? Tapos yung factor pa na, baka mawalan sila ng trust. Or baka ayaw na nila kasi hindi na si David. But I think David built something more than himself. Because even if he was gone, the people did not leave. Diba? So, all the more na, okay, sino na siya? Okay, woman na yung leader. Pero parang, wala silang pakialam kasi nga, results are delivered. So, that's where I stand now. I think that's it. That's the misconception. Galing pala sa sarili ko. So, again, I'm only as good as the support that I have. I think so. So, I'm really grateful. Like, for people who are watching now, I don't know why you're watching, how you came, how you found us here. Pero maraming salamat because for every watch that you do, for every subscription, for every like on Facebook and TikTok of PHILSME, for every visit to the expo, you are, on a personal level, you are helping a woman rebuild herself with the intention of helping more and more people build whatever it is that they want to build. So, thank you very, very much.
Very well said. In your smashing rock star get up.
Thank you, Miss Angie.
Thank you,
You know what?
Manotti.
Kung ang dami natin na pag-usapan, pero there's more. I think there's a little bit more, or more and more, in the magazine.
Yeah, in the magazine. We'll have to expand more kasi bitin to. You're asking for support. Would you like to ask people to come to the expo?
Of course. So I think this will be shown right before the May 22 to 23, 2026, the 18th PHILSME Business Expo in SMX Convention Center, Manila. You will find over 180 exhibitors with over 260 plus business solutions. Plus, you'll meet 12,000 decision makers, SME owners, entrepreneurs, all in one place. So it's like, imagine a place where all you have to do is go shop around for business solutions that will help you boost your business. So
and
I will see
even
you
watch talks for free on stage.
Yes, exactly. Conference meron din. So you can come for free, as in. Now, if you want to upgrade your ticket, have more perks, you may. If you want to be a VIP, connect. You're a serious networker, and then get the VIP ticket. Yeah, and then
Check out the caption for the links.
till then, pwede pa kayo manood ng ibang episodes ng PHILSME. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat.
If you like this show, like and tap the follow button. Please feel free to leave us a review before you go, as this will definitely help more SME business owners in the Philippines. Thank you. Until the next episode.